And now back to the continuation of the story from a few minutes ago. You're on the Best of the Morning X with Barnes, Leslie, and Jimmy. 99X.
Hey, Belle.
Uh-huh.
What's up?
Well, last year when I got married, on my honeymoon night, my husband had told me that while we were apart for about a week, because we'd had an argument, he had slept with my best friend.
Now, how long ago was that?
Boy.
This was in August of 99.
Now, that's when he told you, right?
He told me on our honeymoon night.
The honeymoon night.
Wait, when's your honeymoon?
It was August 29th.
Of 99.
Right.
And when did he sleep with your best friend?
The week before our wedding.
Wait a minute.
Week, but you just had an argument, so we ran out and jumped on your best friend?
So
Basically.
what happened?
Wait, first of all, you guys separated the week before your wedding?
Well, we had an argument, and he said that he was going to go see his friends before he got married, because when we got married, he knew he was going to be a husband and the family life, and, I was like, okay. And we wound up getting a huge fight because he was wanting to take off and go for like 3 days and me no talk to him or nothing like that. And I was like, no, that's stupid. The wedding's in a week. And so he just walked off, and I didn't hear from him for about 4 days, and then he showed up and seemed everything was fine, and then he was sorry, and I was like, okay. So we went ahead and got married, and then on that night when we got to our hotel room and, doing the honeymoon stuff, so to speak, he just started crying. I was like, oh my God, what's wrong? He's like, I have to tell you. He's like, I slept with so-and-so. I was like, okay, when? And he's like, Monday.
Now, you probably expected him to say, well, 2 years ago.
Right. I'm thinking,
he goes, Monday.
Monday.
Yeah.
So what did you do?
We're not married.
Did you get it in an older?
Yeah, I had it.
Did you leave right that minute?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Where were
like-
you? Were you or some tropical place? Where were you?
Yeah, we were Cancun.
Oh my God.
Cancun. Nothing good ever happens in Cancun, apparently.
I took my plane trip back the next day. I stayed that night because I was tired.
And
I made him sleep on the floor.
Did he try following you out there? Oh, please,
yeah. He was on his
Bill.
hands and knees, begging, crying, pleading.
What
He
did
was sorry. He was drunk, and he didn't mean it. It didn't mean nothing to him, and I was like, whatever.
And so what did you do about the best friend?
Well, I live in 2 states away now, so.
I mean, did you call her?
You had to
Oh
confront
yeah, I
her.
called her.
Well, I'm
asked
assuming it
about
wasn't her.
And she said she wanted to tell me the day of the wedding, but she didn't want to ruin my day. And
Just you wait.
She wanted to wait till you got married and then ruin it.
oh yeah,
Well,
I
he
was like,
waited till you got
I'm telling
married.
you,
What
there
a
is
jerk.
nobody is nastier to women than other women.
Other women are conniving little people.
All right, thank you, Belle.
All right.
All right, Crash.
Hello?
Crash has a story. Crash chiming in from the roadways. Yes, sir.
This kind of goes along the lines of the false teeth and wig story. My ex-girlfriend from high school, we dated for about 6 years, and she was a real pretty blonde and whatever. There was nothing we didn't know about each other. Well, obviously we broke up, and on a recent trip down to Florida to see the parents, I bumped into an old friend of ours, and I was like, hey, how's Gina? Do you ever talk to her? And they're like, yeah, well, she's now a paralegal, and she's gone ahead and dyed her hair back to her original black color. And I go, what? I dated this girl in high school for 6 years as a blonde. And I was always curious, but I never said anything. I was curious why the curtains never really matched the rug, and then I found out why. She was actually a brunette.
But Crash, I mean, how
Crash.
you dated for 6 years, and it never struck you as odd that the hair on her head was
Two-tone?
the only.
Yeah.
That,
Well, no, I mean, because there wasn't all that much of a difference. That's why I never really said anything. And I'm like going, it was like right down to the roots. I'm like total blonde hair. She had real light eyebrows and everything. It was just absolutely amazing to me that she was actually like black, like total black hair, like Leslie, like you're like black hair. I was like, I never even looked on her driver's license that it said black hair. Nothing. But
yeah, guys, that's kind of a lesson in general. If the body of the car is two-toned, all right, come on, let's think about it. Just think about it.
All right, Crash.
Okay.
Last
Thanks
guy.
for adding to the program.
Last girl.
Nancy, quickly, what do you got?
Hi. Well, I met my husband, and we were pretty intense together, and we got married, and I had told him when I was dating him that I'd never marry a man that had ever been married before because I didn't want all the baggage or any of the problems that came with it. And so him and I moved off to Colorado after we got married. And things weren't adding up, and I kept questioning, and finally he came to me about a year and a half later and told me he was not only previously married, but still married and had 2 kids.
He remarried you as he was already married?
With
Yes,
kids.
and had 2 kids.
Was his name by any chance Charles Kuralt?
And my daughter, by the way, called this in for me because she, of course, knows the story through her dad.
But so he
That's
was leading a double life.
crazy.
He was a double agent.
Crazy.
Sorta.
And then what happened?
He was trying to cover up the lies. I guess he got into a lie telling me that because I had told him I would never marry a man with extra baggage.
Oh, we're out of time.
Thank you,
Hold on 1
Nancy.
second. Thank you.
The best of the Morning X.